What's up, guys? So the new client I did today just so happened to live right behind this old Chambly house that we used to do our home-based business out of. So when I first lost my shop and I actually was visiting a client down that street, I made a wrong turn, and that's how I found this house here. I saw a red sign out here and I made a deal with the owner, the landlord, and that's how we were able to get into this house. And I was able to work out of there. My dad and I actually blocked that. We made that. That was actually open before, open carport. My dad and I blocked that in because it was so cold in the wintertime. That room right there, that's where I wrote the Art of Grooming. I remember spending late nights, staying up 2, 3 in the morning. My wife and daughters were in the other room in the backside, and the floors were crooked, so we would sleep. We would sleep on one side of the, we would start sleeping on one side of the room. We would wake up on the other side of the room because the floors were tilted. But anyways, this is where it all started. And the amazing thing is, if you look behind me, that's called Dresslers. That place right there, that's a funeral home. See, it says Dresslers. That right there was my biggest source of motivation when I was living here in Chambly, because every morning and every evening, especially when I was writing the book, and I would feel myself just full of doubt, full of just sadness even, and just frustration. I was feeling hopeless. I would look there across the street, and that would just be a really good reminder to me that that's where I'm gonna be ending up. Maybe not there exactly, but that I'm gonna die soon, and that was just a really good reminder that, hey, no matter how bad it is, hey, what's up, David T? No matter how bad it is, hey, Gina G, what's up? And look at, I had so many good memories. Oh shoot, this driveway here, whenever I would get done grooming the dogs, and sometimes I would have early days, my daughters and I, we would play red light, green light. I remember standing right there, and I'd be like, red light, green light, and my daughters would run here. Sorry. Even though it was probably one of the toughest times of my life, I have such great memories from it because it was the struggle. It was a struggle that really, that made it worth it. So wild, the things that we take for granted at the time, yet cherish years later. Yeah, exactly. The crazy thing is, when I used to live here, I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have, But then everything just kind of ended suddenly because we finally started finally going. We got the business up and running again, and I was finally, oh my goodness, this is where my car got repoed as well. So there was a big winter storm. Atlanta just got iced over. And so a lot of my clients, they had to cancel. We couldn't groom dogs, they couldn't get here. So the money that I was counting on to make that payment that I needed to make wasn't there. So they ended up taking my car. And I remember it was wintertime, it was stormy, it was icy and snowy. And my wife and daughters and I walked in the snow down about a mile down to Walmart just to get something to eat. It was rough, man. It was really tough. I don't think I've ever been so scared in my life when I lived here. But that's the thing is, I knew I had to do something, but I knew I couldn't ask people for money. And I knew I couldn't count on anybody to just come and bail me out and save me from this situation. This is actually where I thought Cesar Millan was gonna pull up too. I wrote my journal here. This is actually where I had that dream, where I met Cesar Millan at the beach, and he just kind of brushed me off and I woke up crying. This is where that happened. I had so many pivotal moments here at this house. And this is where I decided I gotta take my life in my own hands. I gotta take control and I gotta do something. What is it that I can do? Oh, I can share what I've learned about dog grooming and why I believe it is so important and why I believe it's so, why I believe it makes such a huge impact on the dog's life and on the owner's life as well. But anyways, I shared what I knew, I shared what I could, I wrote the book, and everything changed for me right here in this house. Gina G, thank you. David T said, I can relate to that. My grandparents' multi-family home I was living at just had to be sold last year. It's what shapes you. Yes, Gina G. The struggles, it really is what shapes us. You know, don't avoid struggle, don't avoid pain. In fact, embrace it. It was directly across the street from a church I lived at for the past 4 years, and didn't regain my faith till after it sold. Now I'm at the church a few times a week, and I feel like I should have been doing this for years. Good for you, David T. That's the thing. It's kind of like what Gina G is saying. You know, things happen in a certain way, and who knows why. But everything happens the way it happens to lead you to where you are right now. And that's why I was driving by. I was about to just go home, but I was like, this is just too good of a moment. You know, like I have to share this because, you know, now everything is great. Everything is great for me. I am so far from where I was and when I was in that situation back behind me. You know, just keep the faith, no matter how hard it is, no matter if your dreams have been crushed, you know, just your heart is broken in 1,000 pieces and no one seems to care. Don't give up. Don't give up. Just think about, what is it that I can give? What is it that I still have to offer this world before I die? And then just offer it up and have faith, right? Gina G, what a great story. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Gina G. I really appreciate that. And now, look at this. Now I got a brand new car, baby. It's not a new car, but oh, funny thing about this car, I don't even like the color red. And I keep end up with red cars. It's really weird. But I didn't even test drive this car. When I bought it, I was at CarMax and I was like, just show me the numbers. And the guy was like, no, you gotta test drive it. And I was like, I don't care. I don't wanna waste my time. Just show me the numbers. I don't care. So I bought this car without even test driving it. And like for me, it was just the numbers. The payments made sense. And I only recently found out how weird that was because so many people have been telling me how weird it was that I bought this car without even test driving it. But I didn't care. I mean, for me, it was an emotional thing anyways. It's just, I needed a car. But so now, anyways, now I call this my red pill. You know, the Matrix, the blue pill and the red pill. I call this my red pill. Anyways, David T, getting to know you is awesome. That you just put the truth out there and not try to sugarcoat anything. Thank you so much, David T. I'm glad you see it that way because I'm actually sugarcoating all of it. No, I was kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyways, I better get going. I'll see you guys. Thank you so much.